Greetings to everyone from San Jose, California, the home state of 72 depository libraries, including the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library at San Jose State University, right in the 19th Congressional District. Director Halpern, Superintendent Matheson, Ms. Hall, Chair Pritchard, and members of the Depositories Library Council, I'm glad to take part in this annual event that celebrates the nation's federal depository libraries. To the members of the federal depository community, I'm delighted to speak with you today about what some describe as one of the most important programs of the U.S. government, the Federal Depository Library Program. The work you do in ensuring free, equitable, and perpetual access to government information is not just commendable, it's an important element of success for our democracy. Thomas Jefferson put it this way: whenever the people are well informed, they can be trusted with their own government. That wherever things go so far wrong as to attract their notice, they may be relied on to set them to rights. For our nation to uphold the principles it was founded on, liberty, equality, and justice, to name just a few, we must have a robust and well-functioning democratic process. The Federal Depository Library Program and each one of you provide a vital and direct link between the public and the information necessary to ensure that our nation's people remain well-informed about the work of their government. This work is part of a long and rich history. Since the U.S. Government Publishing Office, then called the Government Printing Office, began operating all the way back in 1861, the staff at GPO has produced and distributed countless and important government documents. But it's their strong partnership with nationwide federal depository libraries that's the link in fulfilling their vision of an America informed. Understanding the workings of our government can be a challenge, but you help bring important government information to light and assist your patrons, your fellow citizens, to decipher it all. As many of you know, the U.S. government struggled with successfully printing and distributing its information prior to the establishment of GPO. As noted in the GPO publication, Keeping America Informed, 150 years of service to the nation, and I quote, "Work often was performed sporadically, and there are many examples of incomplete or non-existent records from early Congresses. The original systems of government printing were costly and frequently subject to corruption and public scandal. The story of public printing and the founding and early years of GPO is a story of how Congress struggled with different systems of keeping America informed and how GPO, once it began operations, contributed to that responsibility, even in the era of Civil War. From those humble beginnings, government information production and dissemination has expanded and advanced exponentially, and the speed at which the public can gain access to this information is now almost instantaneous. Regardless of any technological advancements, the work you do for your libraries and with your patrons each day can't be replaced. I was inspired by some of the testimonies about the FDLP that I came across, and I'd like to share some of them with you. They highlight the many ways in which FDLP impacts the American public. One example from the 1990s in Arcadia, California. Quote, "The Arcadia Public Library recently had an impact on the life of a 2-year-old child. His mother was referred to our library by local officials seeking information on how to locate abducted children. The child's father had kidnapped him from his home in nearby Temple City and taken him to Iraq. As a federal depository library, we were able to provide the child's mother with expert resources and sources to identify the names and addresses of government offices in Iraq and names and addresses of foreign consular offices in the United States. The connections made through our library's federal government depository collection were instrumental in helping her to locate her son." And now, from the present day, from the St. Charles City County Library District in O'Fallon, Missouri, quote, "Our government documents branch specializes in health literacy, And we can use our documents to assist with directing people to Medicare answers, government grants for nursing homes, health statistics from CDC, and Health and Human Information Services information, and much, much more. Another demographic we work with is our veteran population. St. Charles County is the home for over 20,000 veterans. I've helped Vietnam veterans exposed to Agent Orange find federal information that's going to help them in their medical cases with the VA. And another from present day, from Richmond, Virginia, quote, as a Virginia Humanities Fellow at the Library of Virginia, I was conducting research about the Vietnamese immigrant and refugee experience in Virginia. The library's collection of federal records yielded several congressional reports from the mid-1970s. Despite the divisiveness that sometimes characterized the Vietnam-era war, these records revealed that members of Congress, regardless of their political persuasion, were united in their empathy about the plight of refugees. I was most taken with the inclusion in federal reports of documentary photographs in Life magazine by photographer Dick Swanson, who captured images such as Vietnamese children crowded together on bare mattresses, long lines of refugees waiting for meals, and a woman in the traditional Vietnamese dress searching a printout for the names of missing family members. That was moving and painted a true picture of a tumultuous time. Now, these stories demonstrate just a few of the ways that Federal Depository Libraries impact the lives of the American public every day, sometimes in unique ways. And in the years ahead, as technology continues to change, I hope to work closely with all of you to ensure that the FDLP continues to play an important role in the civic life of our country. I look forward to reading the final report of Director Halpin's task force on a digital Federal Depository Library program when it comes out later this fall. And I look forward to working closely with all of you to advance recommendations designed to improve the accessibility of information in this digital age. Another thing to recall, it's one thing to have access to information on the internet. It's another thing to have access to accurate information, which GPO is known for. I want to thank you for everything you do for our country and for your important work to ensure that, as Jefferson said, quote, the people are well informed. I hope you have a wonderful conference, and thank you for letting me be part of it.